Well, good morning. Good morning. Your chariot has arrived. Where to?
You don't know. I'm not what you would call a morning person.
What's the
Wait, hold on. Let's not get past this shirt. What is this insult of humanity you're wearing this morning? I feel like I'm going to have some kind of scobic shock.
You are.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go to Burbank Airport. Oh, you know, a good Uber driver would have known where he was going. Good morning, people.
Hopefully this thing does not make noise. It's muted, perfect.
I have how are you?
Pretty good. I actually woke up at like 4:30 something by dumb luck, and I'm like, I better not go back to sleep. So I just got up and started throwing things together. Oh, look at this. Oh, is that? Oh, I have not seen that before.
Virtual reality. So these are the blue arrows I was telling you about, which I was. Oh, that's nice.
Right here?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
wow. Okay.
Wow, that is. So you'll see these blue arrows in the heads-up display ahead of you as well.
Yes, I see them, and it's pretty cool.
It is. It's. But now you can see. But then they move in the head-up display that tell you, start sweeping off. Sweeping. Yes. But so we should explain, because at this point, no editing has taken place, and so whether this is part of the pod thing we did or it doesn't matter. So right now we're in the EQS, Mercedes EQS450. You have no shortage of sat-nav screens. We have big one here with real-time video with virtual reality. If you get lost in this, you need to be taken out the back and shot as a threat to the human genome.
You can even put a map there, so we could have 4 maps at the same time.
Yeah, then he's got one on the full screen, which is bigger than most iPads in the display, and then he's got a smaller version of it that's running in the hood as well. It really is quite. It really is its own thing.
It makes me happy for the future of Mercedes, because you know, everything that happens in the S-Class eventually trickles down. So the future looks bright. The other brands are going to have to play catch up.
No, well, that's the wonderful thing about you know, being able to disagree. I don't agree with you on that one. We spoke obviously over this past weekend, only half of it for me. You know, a few people have disagreed on that one. Whether this is it's a future,
right?
The efficiency of this thing is
definitely the future.
You see that? Did you see the? It flew up. Say no, you're going to go up, and then.
Yeah, that's nifty.
It is. I actually think that says, "Look at me too much." You know, if you got it in there and you got it in there, I think that's just too much going on. That's my, you know. Then I'm married. I only have to be told once to do something. This is. It's a future, and they've clearly done some amazing things with the. I've got a sneaky suspicion you've gone the wrong way.
I might have gone the wrong way.
Yeah, I think you have. I think we're going to have to come off at late.
Where the arrows failed me when I needed to know which lane to take.
Well, to be fair, everybody's had problems with that intersection all week. I think everyone's been down here and had to do an Oopsal Elliott Lake a few times.
Well, that simply just means more miles in the Mercedes.
That's also true. Not that it can't handle that. We think this has right now it's around 50% state of charge, and it's showing 186 miles. And here's the thing: we know that to be true, if not an understatement. Not only that, but it has not been treated well this weekend. Now, to be fair, I don't know how I feel about secondary pillows on a headrest. I'm sure that if you're a Mercedes people, this is perfectly normal. This thing has been thrashed up Angela's crest more than a few times. There's been a procession of EVs belting up there and down all day yesterday, but this one has not been recharged because we may link to it. Kyle will be doing a full 0 to 100 charging test with this vehicle. He's going to do that tomorrow, and he doesn't want anyone charging it unless they absolutely have to.
Yeah, this car would be a very painful range test to perform.
It would. It's actually, that's not true. It's just gonna be who's got the biggest bladder. It's not gonna be painful. It's gonna be
very comfortable.
Very
That's
comfortable
true.
drive. That's not even into consideration. It's foggy as all hell this morning, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Malibu might not be the best destination.
Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. No, so I'm trying to think. There was no. Let's say there was no planning. So this plan was I'd see you downstairs at 5:30, and that much we've accomplished. But what?
Need help with where am I going?
Yeah, I think that's a better. Be in the third lane. That's all, and go for Ventura. That's actually better than
Ventura.
Yeah, Ventura. Get
Okay.
up to 134 west. That's better than flying things. I can't think of the word I'm looking for now. Flying arrows. Give me straight. Which lane do I need to be in? You need to be in. Driving and wafty blue arrows aren't necessarily the thing. I don't know where you're driving. You just press the button and it'll do it for you. But anyway, I digress. So I got to be trying to remember what we have in the can in terms of things. So we did a sort of end of day review yesterday.
Yep, we did the podcast when we first arrived.
But we did that. We did that in this vehicle on the way to the airport, didn't we? So
Yes.
I'll upload that as soon as I humanly can. I'm off to a funeral. Unfortunately, I can't be here for day 2. I have to do a funeral. But what are you looking forward to today?
I've always had my eyes set on a Rivian, so to be able to see one in person for the first time, that'll be a treat.
And then Tate's going to have a couple of Porsches in here as well.
Yep. Yeah, I believe Taycan, and then I believe a Cross Turismo. I think.
See, that's the great thing. I've been around here too much. You don't just come out of the fog. You come out of it and it's gone. It just sits at one particular altitude. It's not very valid depending on the sat. If you can see here, it's sat here on this side of the valley, and then we might hit it again as we come round by Glen Oaks. But yeah, the Rivian, the Porsches, and I'm having in my mind that there was one other car during the day, but I can't think what the hell it was. But anyway, you're going to meet a load of industry people today. Press upon them how wonderful we are as a voice for the normalization of electrical vehicles with families.
I was to say that for the family man. Which, so far, I think we both agree that for the average family man American, the Audi e-tron GT RS is the ideal vehicle.
Nothing less.
Yeah.
I have fallen in love quite hard. I am regretting every shitty Amazon purchase I've ever made because that could have been investment money. And so yeah, I should give it. So this is California, and they're not used to weather. So driving at 80 miles an hour with your hazard lights on in the fog is their version of avoiding litigation. Because you'll notice, this is
another nifty thing I just saw, and this heads-up display has just so much information. I drifted slightly out of my lane, and it got bright red on the left side to like warn me, nudge me back over, and the wheel vibrated slightly too. Oh, everyone's on this.
Yeah.
Plan. Should we join?
No, you should not. It's a violation of every frigging traffic law we have, and it's a distraction. You have fog lights. That's it. I just go through these idiots and be done with them. See? Well, you can't see on this, but yeah. You know what? If it's that dangerous, don't drive at 90 miles an hour in the fast lane. I mean, not only that, hold on, wow, I woke up quick from that one. Not only that, but if you're gonna break the law, don't draw attention to yourself. My God. I'm doing 90 miles an hour. Let me put my hazard lights on so that I draw attention. The human genome needs to be thinned out. Starting with them. They were driving a RAV4, they've probably got kids, they've done their genetic purpose. It's time to be done. Welcome to the Eugenics Podcast. I'm not a eugenicist, I assure you. I just know how to pronounce it correctly. So yeah, got those coming in today. And then, yeah, he's got a few speakers, and you're in for a good day. I think you should come out of this with some good content, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, yesterday was quite a long day as well, but this, I think, is an even longer day just with how early the start was.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, not everyone's taking their podcast partner to the airport, but...
At shortly before 6 a.m.
Yes. But no, so you're back to Chicagoland tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah, overnight flight.
Always fun. I don't envy you, but I've done it more times in this lifetime than most people will. I see you felt you could now, the world was now safe enough for you to do 90 miles an hour without your hazard lights. Well, you are evolving, aren't you? Congratulations. Is John really like this in real life? Well, you've had 24 hours, Joe. What do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
It is how he keeps his sanity. That's what I've determined.
Yes.
Without the cameras, he'd be talking to himself.
It's pretty. Now, we were speaking to the chaps from the Kilowatt last night, and we won't go into exactly what we're talking about because that might be some futures in there. But he did comment something similar about, yeah, they're not personalities; it's a persona. You're meant to be.
Yeah, was it that one?
This thing.
The golden, yeah, golden. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was right the first time.
You were. I just don't think that this has value. I don't need a bloody blue arrow. I just need something that says.
Around town, I like the blue arrow, but on the highway, I'd rather just be able to see the map.
You're getting it on this. He's telling you
right.
On there.
Oh, right. It's a little redundant. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's saying you need to be in the middle lane, but the tiny little thing. Tiny little thing.
Well.
And now then it's saying in the future you need. I'm not a fan. I think that's.
I think the idea is good. It just, I think it's going to need some updates like every other.
This thing weighs 6,000 pounds and is capable of doing 150 miles an hour. It can't be a good idea. You can kill me.
I've set the climate to California.
That's it. Thank you very much. That's the California temperature is low, regardless of the time of day. So that's really true. I actually do put the heat on in my car in the morning, but I prefer the heat. I prefer, and this is because it's an EV and it's more efficient. I actually prefer just put the seat heater on, and not wear a coat and just be warmed. Because it's SatNav telling us there's an accident overhead. But it's getting that just from the SIG traffic alert system. Give me Waze. There wasn't anything there. Give me Waze any day of the week. Much more
real time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Trust the data. I'm not sure, but I think you might meet Ben Sullins as well today from it was Teslanomics, but he's since changed the name. But no, it's been it was a wonderful day yesterday. It really was. I have no idea where I'm going to find the time to edit 4 reviews, each with about an hour of content in it. Lord knows how many pictures that have to be folded into that, and a load of B-roll which I never got, and I'm only home this week, and then a text from a board meeting, investors meeting, and of course another episode of Kill Tony. If you're not following me, if you haven't gone to BritishJohn.com and follow me on the socials there, you're missing out on far more engaging content than this. Rather disappointing, actually. The photos of the EQS at the comedy store got more likes and engagement than anything else I've done in months, including performing in front of 200,000 people. Apparently that was second to me standing in front of a pre-production Mercedes. But I digress. So what are you going to be driving? Well, you're going to take this on a bit of a longer run today than most people.
Yeah, I mean, by the end of this trip, I will have driven or been in this car for over 6 hours. So that would be the most engaging experience. I'll definitely want to, after riding along in the XC40 with you, definitely looking forward to taking that for a drive. It's kind of like the even spicier ID4 if they made one.
Yesterday I said it was bipolar. I'm increasingly thinking it's more schizophrenic.
Yeah, it does Whole Foods really well, and somehow does canyon carving pretty well.
Pretty well. I be careful on the pretty well. The class of vehicle. The class of vehicle, the cost of the vehicle, but it's a good. If that platform, if that chassis, well, we know that chassis is going to be what they use because it's what underpins the Polestar 2. So we know that the battery technology is good, the chemistry is there, the handling is there. For an SUV, the handling is there. It's got a balance of light and heavy. It's very interesting. It's all software driven. It's like an Airbus. It's all fly by wire. Very well done. It's not that from now on the benchmark is the e-tron. Well, it's not an e-tron. It costs $12,000. Well, it's still not an e-tron. I'm not wrong. I am comparing apples and giraffes, but that's not the point.
We had mentioned yesterday, or when we were driving the Mach-E, we said that the e-tron is much better, but is it worth 2.5 Mach-E's?
Yes.
And I was talking to the Mach-E vlog people, and they asked themselves the same question.
Yes. It's not really a question. Yes. Should Britain go to war with France? Yes. Is the e-tron a better buy than a Mach-E? Yes.
Was Brexit a good idea? Yes.
No. We're going to lose both of our British people. No, British was a... I'll tell you how bad. I'll tell you, seeing as you made the mistake of bringing it up, I'll tell you how bad Brexit was. I am a very proud Englishman. I have served Queen and country. I am as patriotic as is required, and I've just signed off on for my business a investment program for Europe that calls for our headquarters, our European headquarters, to be in Amsterdam, not the UK, because we would be exporting our technology, and because we have to set up payment systems, it is no longer conducive to do that in Britain and have to deal with a different currency, an additional level of bureaucracy, and have to go through 2 sets of export controls. And you have to understand that the place where we will primarily do business in Europe in the first 12 months of our commercial life there will be Aberdeen in Scotland, in Britain. But it is better for us to establish business operations in Amsterdam to do work in Aberdeen. So well done, people. Absolutely ridiculous. I will be employing Dutch people to work in Britain. Yeah, anyway, I'll get off that rant, otherwise we'll lose, you know, all 63 of our subscribers. I know there's more than that now. What else? It's been fun, this. It's been different. I have to say, it's been lovely meeting you in person.
Is it here?
Are the blue lights not telling you what to do, Joe?
They're bouncing around, and it's becoming difficult to track exactly where they want me to be.
I'd have killed that. I would have killed that function a while ago. I have no idea how to.
Oh, this car has way. I mean, it's a German car, you know, so way too many menus to hop through to do anything.
You've got blue arrow telling you to go straight in case you wondered. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that one over on the thing on your left under the EQ is going to be your friend, because you're meant to be turning right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I would follow that. First of all, I would be ditching this and just going to Google Maps and Android Auto, or Apple Maps and Apple in a heartbeat, because that is just lunacy. Although I can change the set. I can change where we go from here. Range monitor, view, satellite map, nope. Free flowing traffic, don't care. Auto zoom, point map color scheme, show information. Oh, apparently I can't turn. I don't remember that being on. Someone's enabled it while, you know, since we had our hands on it.
So do you know where we're going from here? It's just, does that look like it? It's just straight over here, or does this all seem familiar?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, it's taking us to the back entrance of the airport. The terminal's actually on the other side. That's fine. Turn right on the, just keep going down here and we'll turn right on cancelling.
Okay.
Stay in the right lane. Just going to go all the way down here. No, yeah. What else? I think that's pretty much it. You've had fun?
Yeah, this has been a blast. I never thought after, like we've said many times, I've never thought after 6 months of starting this channels, we'd end up traveling for the channels.
Oh, that's, you did? I did. It was always the plan. Good morning, Southwest Plains. Did you have a good sleep? Good.
Well, that was a good one.
Welcome to LA. So on that bombshell, we'll see you soon.
Take care.